Alright, motherfuckers, it's the M.H.O.G podcast. I'm your host, Wayne, and with me is...
your own personal Jesus.
That's right. And...
Captain Nipples.
Oh, Jesus.
Is it a cold day today, Captain Nipples?
And today we're brought to you by Nipple Clamps. The pure pain that is pleasure. Well, I want to start off the podcast, but I'm just going to put it out there first. I might as well get it over with.
Alright, we might as well tell them they're no longer selling Twinkies.
People know that already.
They do?
Yes. You were the last one to know, I'm sorry.
Oh, son of a bitch.
We have a friend of the show who passed away from difficulties of cerebral palsy, and we wanted to mention him because he was a good guy, and he's going to be missed by everybody. So his name was Ronnie, and we used to call him Rodney. And then the funny story about it is the reason we called him Rodney is because we went to Ozfest a couple years back, probably about 4 years or so. We were sitting there, and Ronnie's in a wheelchair. We were pushing him around. It was me, his brother-in-law, which is my boss, and my boss's brother. We're all over there hanging out, And we get to this tent, and the tent has this guy serving water and beer. And, of course, there's a fuckload of people around there, But the funny thing about it is the water. My boss says, I'll have a beer and I'll have a cup of water. And the guy goes, okay. So he gives him this, 16-ounce beer. Then he takes an empty cup and proceeds to dip it in a Home Depot bucket full of water and ice and says, here. So and my boss is like, you want some water? I was like, hell no, I don't want water.
The bucket could have been clean.
I'll go drink. Yeah, but the guy's hand?
Oh.
I mean, it was just boop in the water bucket.
The guy's hand could have been clean.
I mean, later on that day, I would have loved some bucket water, but at that time, I was like, fuck the bucket water.
I was going to say, it's probably clean after dipping so much.
Well, shit, I hope you drank the water before fucking bucket water.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, bucket water, you're so tight.
We were sitting there getting our bucket water and beers. And along comes these three guys that are completely fucking trashed. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and these guys are stumbling drunk. This one black guy walks up to Ronnie and is like, hey man, what's your name? And he said, Ronnie. And the black guy goes, Rodney? And he goes, no, Ronnie. He goes, Rodney? What are you doing, Rodney? And he's sitting there talking to him, and these two girls walk up, and they're wearing hardly anything. And the black guy the black guy looks over at Ronnie and goes, Ronnie, you know what you need? You need to get your dick wet. Hold on, I'm gonna get these girls over here. So he goes over to these girls, and he starts telling them to come over and sit on Ronnie's lap, and he's trying to say, I'm gonna get your dick wet before you leave here, Rodney. It was the greatest moment, I can guarantee.
So did Rodney get his rod in there?
No. I mean, he got a picture with him. That's about it.
That's something.
Yeah.
That black guy's a liar.
He was a liar.
That's horrible.
But it was really...
I thought all black people were like old, wise Morgan Freeman looking motherfuckers that never lie.
I'll tell you what, man. That was one of the funniest fucking moments, man. But
that's funny.
Anyway, we're going to miss him. He was a good friend of the show. And
I'm mostly sad that Rodney died without getting his dick wet by the black guy.
Yeah. No, the black guy wasn't going to get his dick wet.
Well, he was going to help him.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, that was years ago. He might have got it somewhere else. I don't know.
The black guy showed up randomly.
Maybe so.
I was like, Rodney, I got bitches for you. You didn't want those other bitches. They had diseases, Rodney.
Oh, shit. But
that's funny.
Anyway, we're going to miss him. And next story is from Rum.
Thank you for that intro. Wow.
I brought the sadness, and now you get to bring the people up with your story.
Well, this story's gonna suck compared to that.
I don't know. Is it about people getting their dick wet?
No. But all right. I'll just tell you what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
Standing outside, and it was close to a bus stop.
Getting your dick wet?
I was. It was raining outside. My zipper was down.
It was raining.
Anyway, so I'm standing out here by the bus stop, and I look over, and there's this guy. You ever look at the bus stops a lot of times, just like it's the worst of the city hanging out? I mean, they just stand there all day long. They're not getting on the bus.
Yeah,
they're just hanging out. Well, this guy's been sitting there for probably 4 hours. I felt bad for the guy. He
must have been gamey.
He's pretty gamey. But he's standing there, and the dude was looking at his leg going, there's something fucked up about his leg. Well, he had an artificial leg. I felt bad for this guy.
So you said that having an artificial leg is fucked up, right?
I didn't say that's fucked up.
You did.
I said it's unfortunate.
No, you said he had something fucked up with his leg.
Well, it was fucked up.
Oh, it's an artificial leg.
Yeah, well,
so
quick glance, I'm like, what is this dude's leg look weird? Oh, it's artificial. Okay.
He could have been Plastic Man, motherfucker.
He could have been. That's his superhero identity, Plastic Man.
Plastic Man doesn't have an artificial leg. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, but he's plastic.
I am a nerd, and that is incongruous with the actual story.
Is there a superhero that has an artificial leg?
Leave Yellow Brian alone!
Who?
The Plastic Man.
Oh, my bad.
Anyway, Rum, go ahead.
Anyway, so I look over, and anyway, I'm talking to the guy. I just start like, hey, how you doing? He's like, oh, all right, man. My leg is killing me. I said, I bet, He's like, because he has to wear that all day long. I guess I'm sure it's very uncomfortable. Walking on it all day long.
At least one leg is hurting.
Yeah. He said, oh, my. Anyway, sitting there. And all of a sudden, this guy, this random, I saw him standing on the corner, and he was looking down the sidewalk like, this guy's going to do something just fucked up. He just has that look. Anyway, the bus pulls up. He tears off running it. I think he's going to run onto the bus. No, he runs across between me and the other guy, grabs the dude's leg. Grabs the dude's leg and pulls him off the bench, right? and takes off with the guy's leg.
Dragging him down the street?
No, the strap.
My leg! Someone get my artificial leg so I can hit him with it.
The strap broke or something, however it's attached, but he took the goddamn leg off the guy. And just took off running. And the guy's sitting on the ground now. I helped him up, and the guy's on the ground going, motherfucker took my leg! I never took my leg! He sounded like Chris Tucker.
Oh, but it sounds just like that.
Motherfucker took my leg! Anyway, yeah, he just took off.
And you know this, man?
You got knocked the fuck out!
Don't ever take a black man's leg! No, he just kept going. And I'm like, who the fuck steals somebody's leg while it's attached?
That dude.
Somebody who's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I mean, I hate to pick on the handicapped, but occasionally you got to take those motherfuckers down. I mean, with the fucking ramps,
with the close parking and the
voice activated computers,
the cutting in line.
These fuckers have been on Easy Street way too long. Somebody's got to stand up for the little guy. Actual people
Midgets?
who can stand up.
Midgets?
No.
I'm trying to picture this guy walking into a pawn shop. He goes, what do you got for me there? Man, I got a leg. What? I got a leg.
If I was that guy, I would take that leg, seal off all the holes, and drink beer out of it.
Ew.
As my trophy.
Maybe he was going to take it home and stick it on a shelf, and when people came over, he's going to tell them he has a leg up.
Maybe you got to avoid the skin flakes if you're drinking out of it.
Maybe he was going to rub it down with Vaseline and get his dick wet.
Maybe so.
Maybe he's going to hand it to his wife and kick his ass.
Oh, my God. Really? Are we going to go all day with the damn one-legged jokes?
Poor one-legged guy.
That's kind of a fucked up story, man.
Maybe.
And you did nothing to help him.
I helped him off the ground, stuck him on the thing, and I just let the guy run off. I wasn't going to chase him.
He was laughing. Man, that's fucked up. You should go run after him. Oh.
My leg hurt.
Well, it was worthless to chase him. I mean, he had 3 legs. He clearly had an advantage over you.
Well, that's another thing I was thinking. Maybe he had another artificial leg, and he was going to enter a 3-legged race.
Well, why would he have 4 artificial legs?
Why he didn't have 4. He'd only have 2, but then he'd be hopping on one. Never mind. I had it all in my head. It's I don't know, but I don't know.
Children, lay off the alcohol.
Building something. Maybe he's building artificial intelligence.
Oh, Jesus.
Out of a leg?
Well, maybe he has the other parts. Maybe he has like a mannequin arm, and maybe remember the old Armatrons that you used to get from Radio Shack? And
I do remember Armatron, actually.
What kind of shit did they do in Georgia? I don't.
Remember Armatron?
I mean, did y'all just watch Weird Science too many times and think, oh, that shit's real? It's not how artificial intelligence works, Rome's.
Come on, man.
Maybe it was. I thought that was a documentary.
Wow.
Anyway, that's the fucked up thing I saw. Was the guy getting his legs stolen.
I just assumed that was how Mrs. Rome was born. You were lonely in high school. So
Weird science.
made your own prom date.
After I melted about 9,000 Barbies, I finally got one to come to life.
Were you the nerdy guy or the nerdier guy? And if so,
I was the quiet, really, really quiet guy with the really, really long hair that just sat in the back of the room.
Thinking about how to murder everyone in the classroom?
Probably that's what everybody thought.
Yeah. That's what I got too.
Like, most likely to skin people alive.
I guess that's before you switched from cocaine to weed. Or roids.
You can just lace the weed with the coke and smoke it.
Personally, I like a little steroids in my cocaine. Gives it an extra kick.
You know,
it makes my nose huge and my tongue small.
It makes you... Never mind. I'm not even going to go...
Look, you brought up the most likely to skin people. You know, did your yearbooks actually have those things in your yearbooks?
Yes, they did.
Like the picture, and it said most likely to underneath.
Yes.
I don't think. I'm not sure.
Mine didn't.
Ours did.
None of them. Like when my senior stuff, I didn't have any of that stuff.
Well, we're from Louisiana. I don't think.
Well, Manny's, I think said most likely to succeed, but.
You sure I didn't say most likely to have done that last week?
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
I actually, my 15-year high school reunion was supposed to be this weekend.
Really?
Roughly 6 months after my actual the actual date of our high school reunion.
I thought you were going to say after your graduation.
15 years and 6 months after. And they sent us a Facebook message. And I've been off Facebook up until the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, so this weekend, huh? And it's like, they went to a lot of effort. Apparently they had problems, and it was like $40 to go to Rock and Bowl and drink alcohol and eat. And I was like, unless you're implying that we require alcohol to meet you assholes again, can't we just go all meet up at IHOP at 2 in the morning for like $15? I don't really, maybe I do need alcohol to see you people again.
Yeah, I think mine was. They never sent me anything because I don't talk to.
They don't like you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't talk to those people.
I'm surprised they sent me one. It's rescheduled for March now because literally they had a week and a half. Where so it's in a week and a half.
Yeah, I could give a fuck less about you people too.
I might go. I'm debating on it. I was like, life is about experiences, and this could be fucked up.
I haven't got one yet.
Can we go with the recorder and record a podcast from your?
I was thinking for $40. I was like, I don't drink. I should bring somebody that does. Yeah.
Shots. Really?
You heard that song?
Yes. That's all. I was like, really?
Anyway, I'm debating on it.
That's cool. Yeah, you should go.
I mean, a year ago, because I didn't go to the 5 or the 10 because I didn't have any shit to say, and I'm like, I'm not dating anybody. I don't have a career. I do pay rent, but I
so not much
live in the house that I grew up in. And just no, I have had sex since then.
Oh, all right, that's good.
Now, man or woman? Who knows?
Let your mind wander.
I'm still not sure.
It's dark.
I'm kidding, squirrels. Anyway, I know for sure it was a woman. Anyway,
we don't believe
I don't know. It's just when you're held in high disregard in high school, no matter how old you get, you have that fantasy of showing up rich and shit.
Yeah, bitch, look what I got.
Just showing up on a motorcycle, fucking a chick as you ride, yeah, what up? Give me a second while I dismount. No, the bike. The bike.
Oh, okay. My bad. I was assuming.
I'm not done with her yet.
Gotcha.
No, not really. But, you do kind of want... nobody wants to be the same loser that they were in high school 15 years later and show up and, everybody's got kids and, I got a career.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, you just told that story where you just sat in the back of the class and no one talked to you. So,
yeah, I was awesome. I was awesome.
Yeah, you also told a story where you watched a homeless man get his leg stolen. So... Yeah. There's a story for the high school reunion.
Yeah.
What have you been up to lately, Rum? Laughing at bums. How about you?
I've been stealing homeless people's legs.
I didn't steal it.
We don't know that. You could have been fucking with this, just telling us the story.
Right,
You did it.
right. He's making up this whole part about he helped the poor guy up. In reality, right now, he's like
playing with the leg,
like he's polishing it. Yeah, it's like, oh man, this is a sweet.
He's like, man, I remember when I kicked him when he was on the ground. That was awesome.
Messed up.
So yeah, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I saw something. I don't know who to root for in this, so I want you guys to tell me. I was driving home. Well, no, I'm sorry. I was driving to the comic shop to do some work, and I'm pulling past the Ford dealership on the highway. I see this big black. I guess it's what's above the Explorer?
Expedition.
See this big black Expedition with its nose about, I don't know, a foot or so out into the street, and this guy laying underneath it with his foot up and what looks like some like tools or something. And I got closer as I'm passing them, I see wheels. And it wasn't tools, it was a bicycle. The guy stands up and this old woman gets out from behind the car, and I'm like, oh! So, apparently, I don't know if y'all have that up where you are, Rum, but I see this shit all the time. This guy, bear in mind, this is one of the major highways in New Orleans, like one of the biggest and longest. It goes actually from the edge of New Orleans to the edge of Kenner. No, nothing goes that far. Apparently he's one of these guys that thinks he has total right of way on a bicycle.
Oh, yeah.
Driving in the wrong direction. And this old woman who I am
basically said fuck it and ran him over.
No, well, I'm completely of the opinion that most women should not be legally allowed to drive SUVs or big trucks, and I only say that because women can't drive. I mean, no, realistically. Anyway, so no, most women are too small to drive those fucking things. They can barely see above the steering wheel, especially like a little old lady.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I didn't get a look. I mean, she might have been like 58 or she might have been 72. I don't know.
Well, to me, it sounds like it was the dude on the bike's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but like I said, I don't know who to root for because...
I root for the woman. Yeah. I've wanted to hit bikers like you wouldn't believe.
You mean like all the times people hit you?
We believe hobo mugger.
Yeah. Guy who steals legs. Wait, that's what your new name is. It's not the Rum Guy. It's going to be the guy who steals legs guy.
Doing hobo assault.
I kind of agree. I mean, my thing is like, okay, it's not just that they ride in the highway, which they have no business doing. It's that they ride in the opposite direction, which every time this happens means that whoever's in front of me all of a sudden swerves, and I now have 3 seconds to figure out what to do before I just fucking murder your ass. And more importantly, before I dent my car.
But you know what bothers me, though?
Cleaning off the blood off the windshield?
Was he wearing one of the little racing outfits that they fucking spend way too much money on?
I wasn't oogling him, Rum. I don't know. I have no idea what was guarding his package.
One of the $200 outfits that look like spandex that they think they're fucking like Tour de France riders.
Those are the ones that usually think that they can do anything they want to on a bike. The ones that have the fucking suppository for a helmet. They've got no one looks fucking cool wearing M&Ms on their ass.
M&Ms?
Nobody. Maybe me, but that's it.
I don't know where you went with that one.
I don't know what you people do in Georgia. Seriously, I don't know.
No, it's they're all those little outfits are like the women wear them, the guys wear them. They're all sponsored.
Georgia, M&Ms on my ass.
Reese's Pieces or Twizzlers or fucking
out like that old Hershey Highway.
So you're basically saying they're like NASCAR.
Yeah, they think that they go out and buy this shit that they can ride and do whatever the fuck they want because they're on a bicycle. They're like fucking joggers. I'm not stopping.
Here in Louisiana, when we're riding bicycles, we just wear clothes.
Yes, we don't get really fancy. No. There are a few that I do see with the fancy, but they are drive fancy bikes.
This was just some dude at night. It was like...
Okay, so it was like a hobo. He deserved it.
I like how we're referring to everyone now as hobos.
Right, it's fun.
Like, where's a hobo on the bicycle, and then we stole the hobo's leg?
We're just 1 M away from having this show banned.
Yeah, you're right.
We're, of course, talking about the famous Mobos.
Yes, exactly.
But anyway, I just, I do kind of root for the woman just because when I'm looking, when I'm about to make a right turn onto a highway, I'm not looking right. I'm looking left at the vehicles that might hit me when I pull out.
Right.
And the fact that, like, these retards, sorry, one-legged guy,
It's okay.
And that actually makes me look bad because Rum was not being recorded when he when he compared the handicapped to all being mentally handicapped. Congratulations, sir. According to the person who supposedly helped you up, you're not only missing a leg, you're also missing brain cells. I'll fuck you. Anyway.
That is not true, I'm just saying.
No, but these
I do have that recorded, by the way.
Yeah, he does, actually.
Liar.
These people, they don't have enough common sense to realize, I don't know who you are. I don't have some sort of, like...
Radar?
Joe the bicycle guy radar.
Yeah.
I don't, you pulling out in front of me...
They have an app for that.
It's not work.
I mean, as much as you want to be an X-Men, you don't have that power.
Oh, man, I wish I did.
Wouldn't that be a shitty power?
Yeah.
No.
The only power,
No,
you have is you know where the bicycle
because
is.
I would declare a one-man war on guys named Joe that ride bicycles. I would be the Wolverine of guys that kill Joe on a bicycle.
Is your name Joe? Do you own a Huffy? You're mine.
Do you own a Huffy? Wow. Fucking Huffy.
So, Wayne, do you have anything that you want to talk about? Tell old Jesus.
Well, we just had Comic-Con.
Yes, we did.
I do have a really funny story. Me and Monica went to Comic-Con and
Rodney got his dick wet?
No, Rodney, well, I don't know. He may have. But we're over there at Comic-Con and we're walking around just looking at everything, because it's basically a sensory overload of all kind of crap. And we see Michael Madsen. He's sitting there by himself. Nobody around him.
Poor Michael Madsen actually spent almost the whole con by himself.
I know, it sucks. But so we decided, we saw his prices on this, for the photo and the photo op. So we're like, fuck it, let's go get a picture with him. We walk over there, and there's this lady and her daughter are standing there talking to him, and we're waiting patiently to see him. And this guy from the con comes up, and he goes, Michael, I have a problem, and I want to tell you. And Madsen was like, what? What's the big deal? He goes, well, we lost your picture with you and Stan Lee. And Michael Madsen looks at him and just goes, huh. Kind of moves around for a second and he goes, oh, well, fuck it. He's like, it wasn't like he was the real Stan Lee anyway. He fucking couldn't remember who I was, so whatever. Fuck him. Dude, I couldn't stop laughing, dude. It was fucking funny as shit. I'm just like, really? He just like all out about it. Fuck him. I don't care. And then we went over there and he signed the picture for us and he goes to take the picture with us, okay? So I'm standing next to him and Monica's on the opposite side and he goes to put his arm around me. He starts putting his arm around me. He goes, what the fuck am I doing? You're not the girl. He was putting his arm around Monica. It was really cool, man. I liked him. He was funny. He was probably one of the better experiences I've ever had at a fucking comic.
Were you wearing your Old Spice or maybe your Axe?
No, but it was great. Dude.
I'm just really disappointed that after he said, you're not the girl, that he didn't like whisper in your ear and go, but you could be.
But he was great, man. He was really, I'm so disappointed that he didn't have as many people as he should have.
Oh, yeah.
How many would you say he had? I mean...
no, it was bad,
It wasn't just that. He had a couple of panels. I don't know how the one on Sunday went, but the one on Saturday that I was going to go shoot with a camera, folks. This isn't fucking Batman Comes or whatever the fuck that movie was.
Batman Comes? That's awful.
Hey,
not for Batman. Yeah, but he had a movie playing, and they played it at 6 o'clock at night.
You know what the name of the movie was?
No fucking idea.
Oh, wait.
It was Michael Madsen's 5,000 straight-to-DVD movie.
Yeah, probably.
Nothing against Michael Madsen.
No, I think he's awesome.
But anyway, he had a Q&A before it, and like fucking 4 people showed up. And I was going to stay and shoot a few minutes of it, like him talking and all that, and then go on because there was something else I needed to go shoot.
Is that the guy that you have the picture on Facebook of?
Not the one strangling me, but the other. Yeah, the one with me and Monica.
Okay. He was in the movie
Reservoir Dogs.
and Species.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
He's been in tons of movies.
He was in Kill Bill, the most recent movie I can remember.
Really?
I'm sure he's been in stuff. Yeah, he was one of the guys in Kill Bill.
I never watched Kill Bill, so.
How did you not watch Kill Bill?
It wasn't really good.
Because I saw the first first one, but I don't remember it, and I just stopped watching them.
He was actually in the first one.
That's what I'm saying. I watched it, but I don't remember anything from it.
Wow. Okay.
But anyway, they got him, and like there were 4 people there, and I was gonna stay and shoot it, but I was like, well, there's only 4 people there. If I'm in the room, I can't walk out on this poor guy.
Right.
That would even be worse, you know. But but they said like he started off kind of pissed because nobody would even ask any questions, and then he just looked sad. It's like,
well, I'd look fucking sad.
Yeah, I'd be kind of pissed off.
Well, I think what probably was pissing him off was, well, number one, the big stars of that show. Well, the big star was Norman Reedus.
Oh yeah,
Norman Reedus fucking killed it. Like that was the only line that never ever let up. Anytime.
Who is he?
Norman Reedus is he's from the Boondock Saints. He's in Blade 2. He's
okay.
Most recently in Walking Dead.
He's in The Walking Dead.
That's kind of what he's most popular for.
Yeah.
I'm not good with names and better with faces.
That's cool. But he
I mean, his line was retarded. Like, it was utterly the longest thing. I mean, it was bad.
It never stopped. It absolutely.
What was the cost for this line?
For him, I think photo op was $40, and his autograph was another $40.
It's just because he's popular, particularly with women.
Jesus.
Yeah, so
He's
$80 for to take a picture and to sign something.
But he
I need to up my price.
Madsen was kind of crossed like diagonally from them, like because the other Walking Dead guys did pretty well too. Not as well as Norman Reedus. And the Boondock Saints guys who were right next to him,
and then nobody
almost nothing.
Well, it was really funny. That's another story. It was me and Monica were walking to go just to walk around, and as we were walking through where the autograph things, fucking what the hell is his name? Flannery. Sean Patrick Flannery ran into Monica. Boom, and he was like, "Excuse me." She's like, "That's okay." Yeah, no problem. I'm like, ooh. It's like,
She
really?
was bleeding from the head and everything.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah, she got knocked unconscious. She got up. It's okay.
It happens.
Powder hit me. I mean,
Powder.
But no, yeah.
Well, no, I gotta figure Michael Madsen the whole time must be like, what the fuck is this? This fucking Walking Dead fucks. I'm over here. I'm Mr. Blonde or whatever the fuck he is.
Mr. Blonde, man.
Like these fucking Walking Dead. This fucking pothead motherfucker over here.
Who is he? He don't know no goddamn
He's gonna
acting.
get fucking killed on The Walking Dead. He might get fucking killed right here on this fucking floor. I mean, this is just me in my head, but I kind of like because it was kind of in the dude's face. I feel like on on Sunday they probably should just move his table to like a different section. Well,
I mean, Madsen was definitely the characters he plays in his movies. Like he's not acting. That's him.
Yeah,
except for cutting the ears off and dancing around with them.
I haven't seen that many. I mean, I think the couple of movies that I've seen him in, really seen him in, were like softcore pornography or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that kind of HBO stuff where it's sort of softcore porn. Like, it's not every scene is fucking, but you know, he's a PI and the only way
that's
that
what he
the
usually
chick can
plays.
pay for the deal is to suck his cock.
Well, you know, honestly, dude, the biggest role that I know him for is Mr. Blonde in Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, I mean, pretty good. And that's been
a long time ago.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's most of the pictures that he had up there for him to autograph. That's what it was from, you know. So. Yeah.
Well, I got some other funny stuff.
Oh, what you got? What you got?
First of all, Friday before I even started the con, sitting over at the comic shop and just talking to John behind the counter, and this dude walks in. And he's kind of a weirdo, but he's just roaming around. And his old lady comes in, and I emphasize the words old lady. And the woman, like, is sort of looking around, and it's very clear that she doesn't actually read comics. She's just
there,
like,
browsing, hanging out.
Well, she's his old lady, and I don't know, like, what she does to him. And God help me if I ever find out, I'll fucking die. But she's like kind of digging around at the comics, and she comes over and she looks at John and she goes,
"Nice beard."
Huh?
Nice beard?
No.
Oh, okay.
She says, you know who's gonna be over at the Comedy Con? You know,
at the Comedy Con.
We're going to the Comedy Con. We're gonna be there. You know who's gonna be there? And John says, well, a lot of people's gonna be there. He's like, no! Over at the Comedy Con. You know the movie with the teenagers? The teenager movie? And the whole time he's like scanning shit, and he's just like, there's a lot of movies that fit that description. And she looks over at her old man and she goes, Mark, over at the Comedy Con. What was the movie we was watching, Mark? The movie, you know, the movie with the teenagers. They're gonna be at the Comic Con. God. And the whole time I'm just like biting my lip because she's like literally right on my right side, and I'm just like,
Comic Con.
Holy shit. Seriously? And she just went, she's like, we're going to the Comic Con. The Comic Con. And when she left, I looked at John and said,
what did Mark say?
She's drunk or was she just fucking retarded? Mark was ignoring her. He was on the phone. The only time
I don't remember the movie.
No, he was a weirdo, but he talked normal. But the other funny thing that he did was we have these knitted Cthulhu hats.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Caps.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Stocking caps. And they're hanging there, and she's standing there looking at him, and she goes, Mark, what is this? And, like, he's on the phone without missing a beat or even looking at it. He goes, it's an octopus hat, and keeps walking. And he just said it with such confidence. I was like, in his head, he thought it was perfectly normal that someone would have a hat that looked like an octopus.
It's an octopus hat. Shut the fuck up.
And that we would be selling octopus hats.
Well, yeah, you know.
For some reason. But that was just I really wish I had seen her on the floor. I was like, how you enjoying the Comic Con? You like the Comic Con?
Well, she's probably there going, this shit ain't funny.
There ain't no funny people here. Where's Chris Rock?
Just Brian.
Oh, no. Don't misunderstand. These people were white.
Oh, I know. I believe you.
Okay.
Well, just because I say Chris Rock and he says that, we assume they're black?
Yes, I'm racist.
What the fuck?
God, dude. I actually thought they were Asian.
Comic Con.
Can I get a little Asian in me?
Maybe she was in the middle of a stroke.
I let you lick my pussy at the Comic Con.
You wear the octopus hat.
You wear an octopus hat?
You want to stick your tentacle in me?
Oh my God.
Like a teenage movie.
When I was not 80, I was sexy.
When I was not 80.
The sad thing is she was probably like 33.
Yeah, rough life.
Yeah.
At the Comic Con.
The Comic Con.
Was so precious to me. She thought Comic Con meant comedy convention.
Nice. That's awesome.
What's hilarious about that is that she's in a fucking comic book store.
Right.
It's not clicking.
So that was Friday, and then I had a few kind of incidents at the actual, because I was photographing it. I worked for the convention, volunteering. I didn't make any money, but one of them, and well, first of all, the WWE goes to all the Wizard Worlds. They always send somebody, and actually they had a pretty big presence there.
Yeah,
CM Punk was one of the bigger.
There's like 4 or 5 people there. There's 4 or 5 different wrestlers there, wasn't it?
At least 5.
Yeah.
Might have been 6. Less than that if you count the Bella Twins together.
Right.
But one act with two hearts, one body. Anyway, or something like that. So,
I love your body.
Yeah, CM Punk was one of the bigger deals at the convention. I don't watch wrestling anymore. I kind of know who he is because dude fucking went off on Chris Brown, said he beat the shit out of him because Chris Brown was talking shit about him. So I respect the dude for that.
Yeah.
You're talking about the singer Chris Brown?
Yes.
Yes. Chris Brown, for some reason, like went on YouTube and was talking shit about CM Punk. And I thought it was a WrestleMania because, like, WrestleMania was coming up in a month. So I thought Vince McMahon was going to have CM Punk wrestle Chris Brown. And at first I was like, well, Vince wouldn't bring a guy who beats the shit out of women and tries to kill them. And I was like, oh yeah, he had Mike Tyson at WrestleMania that year. So I guess that's how. Anyway, it turned out it wasn't an angle, but CM Punk cut what would normally be a promo, like it's just a video of him saying, I will fuck you up.
Nice.
I will not, I don't hit little girls. I'm a man. Bring it.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, y'all should watch it. It's online. It's pretty awesome. But anyway, he was a big deal at that con.
Yeah, because like me and Monica were standing there like, why are they clearing out all the damn aisles?
Were y'all there when his music came out?
Yes, it was so fucking loud.
I was talking to somebody. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
He comes out to the Cult of Personality by Living Color, and all of a sudden it was like, I'm like, what the fuck?
It was pretty
That's
cool.
great.
I saw him at his panel, and this is completely aside from the story that I'm going to tell, but his panel was pretty funny, and I do respect the fact that somebody asked him a question about someone who's going to wrestle him, and was like, that guy's really not good enough to wrestle you, and so he had a moment, he was like, okay, you want to do this? We're going to have a moment of honesty, and he actually comes out and says, we don't have any stars at WWE right now. I'm barely what you would call a star. Basically what he was saying is people like The Rock and Stone Cold, and even to a lesser extent Kurt Angle, aren't there anymore.
No,
they don't have people that are sort of universally known. They don't have their Hulk Hogan.
right
these days. CM Punk is
closest
kind
they
of
have
known.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not.
I
he's
mean,
not
I knew
on
his
that
name, but I had no idea.
Right.
I thought Cena was the superstar. Like, and what is it?
Cena is
Sheamus?
The midget.
No, Sheamus, the Irish guy.
he's not famous.
But he's
pretty,
not
he's
big.
getting a lot of TV time right now.
Yeah, if you watch wrestling, what he's saying is they don't have he's not
Superstars.
saying that they don't have people that wrestling fans.
They don't
know.
have their endorsers like they used to.
No, they don't.
It's sort of like there are certain brands that are major superstars that could easily become like movie stars. And yeah,
I see what you're saying.
John Cena did a few WWE movies, but he's not. He was going to be the next Rock, but he's not. He never will.
He did like 4 or 5 movies.
Right, and they were all WWE movies. But anyway, his point was just that because the thing is, wrestling is free playing, but it's not fake. People get injured. And what he was saying is, his point was just that, look, all the big people are injured right now. It's me and who else. And he said, look, I don't even consider myself a big star.
That's cool.
I'm not a W. So yeah, it was pretty nice of, he kind of broke that.
He wasn't big-headed, basically.
Right. He seemed like a really cool guy. I mean, I would have sat there and talked to him.
I'd whoop his ass.
You hear that, CM Punk, the Rum Guy? Actually, I think he's in Atlanta tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, CM Punk, why don't you? Wait, no, that was Monday. This is Wednesday.
Yeah, but he's in North Carolina now.
Also, yeah, and then this is coming out a week from now anyway. So.
Well, look, CM Punk, if you hear this, and if anybody knows him, Rum is challenging him. The MHOG Rum Guy wants to challenge him.
This could really elevate our podcast
to a wrestling match. And
we'll have CM Punk on the show and videotape him whipping the fuck out of Rum Guy.
Please, because that would be so awesome.
Rum Guy whipping his ass.
Yeah, we don't know.
You never know. He says he's the best in the world, but has he
fought the Rum Guy? Come on.
He has not fought the. It is going to be a steel cage match with artificial legs.
That's right.
We will whoop each other until one of us can't stand.
Dude, that could be your gimmick. You're the guy that beats people with stolen artificial legs.
Yes.
That he took off of poor.
They get artificial intelligence.
Right. with.
But no, really, if anybody knows CM Punk or can get to him, please send him this cast.
So
that would be awesome.
We should tweet. We should.
We should.
Just to see what he says. But he was very cool, and I would actually not mind watching wrestling just to see him for a few minutes. Which is how I started watching wrestling in the first place. I saw The Rock on SNL, and I was like, I'd watch this guy.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But you're right. There are no guys like the Hulk Hogan's and the.
No, you're right.
Actual.
And there might be
like
brands, guys close to his CM Punk's level right now. I don't know. I don't watch wrestling anymore. Every time I try, it doesn't go well. But anyway, so there were a couple other people there. Rum, I know you said you've met Lita, right? Like you've met Asuka's like your wife's friends with a friend of hers or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I've had a crush on her for years. I walked up to her and got her picture for the con and all that, and so that was cool meeting her. And I met the Bella twins, who their name fits. They were really hot.
Really?
Oh yeah, you didn't see them? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were nice looking young ladies. Kudos, thumbs up, Bella twins. We should tweet them too.
Yeah, there you go.
You have the Buck Lightning seal of approval.
We should tweet every.
I'd love to get your boobs on Mars or me, one of the two.
And the same thing.
Yeah,
because you're out of sight. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, there was another chick there whose name was like Marisay Ouellette or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know who she is.
And this is gonna come off insulting. I don't mean it to be, but I just thought this was funny. And again, I don't know any of the new wrestling people. Right. I don't know CM Punk. I don't know the Bella twins. I've just sort of like took their picture and all that. So the first time I saw this chick, I was walking by her, and she's got her poodle not her poodle, or her chihuahua.
Yeah.
Her chihuahua in her arm. And the chihuahua was wearing the chihuahua was wearing like a little vest outfit or something like that. And I stopped for a minute because I have this thing. I find people that play out are their own stereotypes like fascinating. She's this good-looking blonde white girl, looks like a California kind of chick. She might not be from California, I don't know.
So we're talking legally blonde here
on the con side.
Yes, she's like a Legally Blonde kind of chick. And she's holding like the Chihuahua, and the Chihuahua has clothes, or at least a bit of clothing. And I love people like that. They're just this huge walking stereotype. It's like every time I go to a mechanic shop owned by black people, without fail, every one of them has either an Obama poster, personalized picture of Barack Obama, and I'm just like, don't you feel at all embarrassed that you just like play out this stereotype? You know, it's like if I went to because there's a lot of body shops owned by Asian people. If I went to every Chinese body shop and they had a picture of Bruce Lee, I'd be like, what the fuck, you know? I'm like, I don't know. Like, before Barack Obama was president, these people had like pictures of fucking Morgan Freeman or some shit. You know, I don't know. It's just very weird to me. And now to be fair, there are a couple of body shops owned by white people that have like literally like two of them have pictures of Ronald Reagan. So, white people, you don't get off scot-free. Fuck you too.
I thought most of the body shops I know, the white guys got
mechanics
posters. Yeah, mechanic girl posters.
Yes, well, but that's not a color thing. The black mechanic. But I'm talking about inside like the office where you walk in. Mechanics don't have pictures of Barack Obama. In fact, I'd be curious about a dude who's beating off to the President of the United States.
Really? Why would he have to be beaten off because he had a picture of him?
Because that's why mechanics have those. Do you think they have the pictures of the women because they like the pretty colors?
No, I thought they liked like the Craftsman tools and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe they like the 34 Vicky.
I'm not sure if you gentlemen are aware of this, but dudes like pussy. Anyway, yes, I mean, nothing against the chick. I'm sure she's perfectly nice. I just find that when I saw the Chihuahua, I was like, But the next time I saw her was to take a picture, and I walked over to her and I said, I don't even know what her name is. I don't know how to put it, but my standard intro line was, "Hi, my name's Adam." I show him my little badge staff photographer and say, "Would you mind if I take?"
Yeah.
Would you like to see my little badge? What?
Hi, can I take a picture with my little badge?
Hey.
Average size badge. Anyway, I show him the badge and everything, and I say, "Would you mind if I take a picture for Wizard World?" Most of them said yes. But when I asked her, she's standing there, and then her manager, handler guy is there. It's not somebody who works for the con. It's somebody that either works for her or she works for him. I don't know how it goes, but I was looking at her because she's a human being. I'm looking her in the eyes, and I'm asking her to do this. And she starts to say yes. She gets the yeah out, and her manager sort of jumps in front of her and sticks his hand out, and goes, "Yes, it's fine." I didn't know what the fuck to do. I felt a little bit threatened. I thought he was gonna rape me. I don't know.
Jump back and go, "Okay, that's cool."
Yeah, but I was like,
Super champ.
Is she incapable of answering herself? I don't really, So there was this total
weird miscommunication.
pimp hooker vibe that he gave that I would not have. I don't throw that on women. I'm not. I do call women whores, but I don't actually think they're all whores. Just 70 to 90% of them. Hi, Grandma. Anyway, no, but that was the vibe that I got. That he was in control of her, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? You realize you're in public, right, dude? You might beat her behind the scenes, but you can't do that shit when I'm there. I mean, I've got a camera, and I'll run away. Anyway.
Like a guy with a fake leg.
That's right.
Until Rum trips me up, and I'm going, help, he's got my leg, the Rum guy.
He's got my leg.
And he thinks I'm retarded. What the fuck? This is fucked up. He's got my leg, and he thinks I'm retarded. Anyway. So, another funny thing that happened. Actually, I had a few. Ethan Van Sciver, who's a big artist for DC.
Right.
And I love his art. He's super nice guy. He's actually one of the few right-leaning dudes in comics, and he is very open about that shit.
I would like to get him on the show as well.
He might do it. I don't know.
I follow him on Twitter, so I mean, maybe
you can always ask.
I'm gonna ask him.
He's a very cool guy, but I walked up to him to ask him. But I don't imagine many of the photographers were taking pictures of the artists and writers. It's mostly artists there. There really weren't a whole lot of writers.
That wasn't hard, yeah.
So I walked up to Ethan Van Sciver, and I was like, "Mr. Van Sciver, you mind if I take a picture for Wizard World?" And he looks at me and he goes, "Man, I don't feel, it's like I'm having a bad hair day. I don't really know." And I went, "You're having a, huh?" So, like, he's just like, I never expected to get that response from a dude before. I was like, I'm having a bad hair day, too. It's called, like, nail pattern baldness, dude. I don't know what the fuck. But I'm like, it's optional. I mean, if you don't want to take the picture, I just don't know. And I'll get back to this. I don't really understand the celebrities that I asked that didn't just say, I don't feel like it.
Right.
They just weren't just like, thank you, but no, politely. Because when I went to Gates McFadden, she more or less was kind of in between on that. When I went up to her, now bear in mind Gates McFadden, who, if y'all don't know, she was Dr. Beverly Crusher on Star Trek.
Star Trek Generation.
Star Trek, stupid name for a TV show.
Why?
The Next Generation.
The Next Generation? Yeah.
John actually pointed out that doesn't really make sense because they weren't actually the Next Generation. They're actually like 4 generations behind the original series. But anyway.
No, Captain Kirk. That was after Kirk.
Yes, it was, but Kirk. There was like 3 Enterprise crews in between Kirk and Picard. Don't worry about it.
Whatever. That's way out of my.
It doesn't matter.
Nerdom.
Anyway, but
damn you, John.
She's a pretty woman. She's just she's older than she was, but I walked up to her and I just said the same thing. I was like, I have a badge here, you might have to take a picture of Wizard World. And she went, and she kind of took a breath, and the ones that told me no, there was always a very clear sign that
they were going to say no.
Right. And so she took a breath, and as soon as she did, I stuck my hand out and I said, ma'am, it's perfectly fine if you don't want to. It's not, it's not a big deal. I'm just supposed to ask. She's like, yeah, thank you, but I mean, maybe you could take my picture of one of the panels, the light in there is better, and I get it, like we all, and honestly, she looks better at her age than I do at 33, but I have a nicer penis, just saying.
I don't think she has one.
Right, Wayne?
No.
So, you don't think I have a nice penis?
No.
Fucking leaving the show, man. You show your dick to a guy and you expect him to at least,
it's okay.
At least give him a thumbs up, motherfucker, instead of a no, it's not nice. Fuck you. This is why you should never trust men.
Bastards.
Anyways, so, she's a pretty woman, but we all look better from afar. It's just a fact of life because our vision gets blurry at a certain distance. But she was polite. She was nice about it. I understood. I was like, well,
that's cool.
What's really fucked up was I didn't know what else. Like, all I knew her from was 2 things: Star Trek: The Next Generation, which I did watch. I'm not a Trekkie by any standard.
I like the show though. I watched it.
I'm really more of a Deep Space Nine fan, honestly. Deep Space Nine was awesome.
I like that.
But anyway, the only other thing I knew her from is, are y'all familiar with that old HBO show Dream On?
Yes.
Okay, where everyone fucked from. Are you familiar with that?
Yep.
Okay. She was on an episode of that. That was the only other thing I remember. For some reason, I was like, yeah, I used to watch Star Trek Next Generation. Because I tried to make a little bit of small talk.
Right.
Like, not much because I'm not good at that, but just like, yeah, I've seen you before. I know who you are. And so it's like, yeah. And then I also saw you on an episode of Dream On in which she was naked and fucked. And I realized, probably not the best,
a good way to introduce yourself, huh?
Hi, I've jerked off to you.
How's it going?
Not on you, mind you. The screen was clear.
TV.
Could have been.
But she was like, yeah, that was pretty fun. She's like, that got my career started. And I was like, I don't think it did. I was like, wasn't that like in the middle of the show or after it or something? She's like, oh yeah, right. And I was like, okay. I think I've made us both uncomfortable. Time to leave.
I'll see you later. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll take pictures of you from Dream On.
Right.
Thank you for those wonderful 2 years.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, we should look that up.
We should see Gates McFadden naked. I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
No.
So then, this is probably the weirdest one. I don't know what the fuck to make of this. I wanted 2 pictures, really. I wanted Lita, who...
What you got, right?
She's still gorgeous, still pretty fit. She could hurricane run on me anytime. I'm just saying. I'm not even asking for sex. I'm just asking for you to hurt me, Lita.
Lita, just put
Dumas.
Put your legs around his head and throw him on the ground.
Make me paraplegic. I don't know.
Paraplegic?
Probably would. Fat don't fly. Probably would be a bad idea. So anyway, I wanted that, and I wanted Eliza Dushku.
Right. I remember that.
Eliza Dushku's line was the other one that was pretty consistent. She was only there Saturday. And
She was supposed to be there Saturday and Sunday.
I guess, but she
decided not to show. Probably because you weirded her out.
Sometimes it changes. I have a story about weirding someone out too.
Okay.
It changes daily. Sometimes those schedules.
Yeah,
sometimes they just have to reschedule, and it could have just been she just didn't want to fucking be there.
Yeah, Mr. Eastman.
No, yeah, but I should be getting a print for you soon.
Sweet.
You know, Squirrels has it. So first of all, I have to say that Eliza Dushku is absolutely stunning in person. A lot of celebrities, well, a certain percentage of celebrities don't look like themselves. Like, all the Star Trek crew, like I said, Gates McFadden, Marina Sirtis. LeVar Burton looks exactly like LeVar Burton always has because black dudes have better aging.
They do.
Than white dudes do.
And you know what? Worf looks just like Worf.
I don't know if the dick thing is true, but goddamn, they lucked out on the aging genetics. So, you know what? Yeah, okay, I understand slavery was horrible, but you motherfuckers live longer and look better, so fuck off. That's bullshit. I'm all black, but not enough so where that I'll live past 36. Anyway,
giving himself credit.
Okay. I should have sex with a black chick. Maybe that'll change my genes. I don't really know how genes work.
I don't think that'll work.
I should call Levi.
You should.
Anyway, so most of them look, you know, Kevin Sorbo aged very fucking well.
Yeah, he looks the
that
same.
dude's got to be 50 something. He looks almost exactly the same.
Dude.
He's actually got a video of all the women he made out with on Hercules set to
tell me all the women I've loved before.
I just want your extra Tom Jones and your
No, that's not
kids.
Tom Jones.
That's not Tom Jones.
That's Prince.
I think Tom Jones.
Tom Jones covered it. Okay.
It was definitely not Prince that they played, but he's got a video of that. It's pretty awesome. Like, goddamn, he made out with some hot chicks. And he's sitting there watching, laughing, and he like looks at us and he's like, "Yeah, I got paid to do that." He's got like women like literally jumping his bones and shit. And he actually had a few women trying to do that at the con. But anyway, some celebrities just don't look like themselves. All the ones at the con look like themselves. But
the one chick from Star Trek did not.
You don't think Marina Sirtis did?
No. Well, it's from distance where I was at. She really didn't.
I thought but she's older now. Bear in mind, this has been 25 years.
Oh, I know.
She's got a few miles on her, and Marina Sirtis is very funny, by the way.
Is she?
So, but yeah, Eliza Dushku is absolutely 100% looks like she does in the show. I mean, she's skinnier. She doesn't look like she's going to beat the shit out of you like she does in, but maybe she hadn't been working out or something. Or it's probably camera tricks, but stunning in person. However, but a bit of a cut. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not totally. Let me explain the story. I got in line to take the picture because eventually I had to. Most of the ones I walked up to, I waited until there was no one there so I wouldn't interrupt the guest. But with her, I really wanted a fucking picture, so I went over to her. And I got in line, I waited, and she's got like a whole row of people, including, I can't think of the guy's name, but there's this tall, Hispanic-looking black dude that's apparently a big basketball player in L.A. I think he's fucked a lot of famous chicks. I wish I could remember his name, but he was...
Jorge Johnson.
No, Lottie took a picture with him. I can't remember what his name was.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. I don't really watch basketball. Who does? Anyway,
Tim Lottie.
I don't know if he was friends with her or if he was dating or whatever, but, he was sitting in the background. Thank God he didn't say anything because I don't know what the fuck his name is. But so I'm waiting and her assistant's next to her on her left, my right. So I walk up and I give her the little spiel. I show her the badge and she kind of blinks and goes, "I'm sorry, I don't know what he's asking me." She looks at her assistant. The assistant's like, trying to explain, it's like, well, he works for Wizard, she's trying to explain it. And I don't remember exactly what she explained, but I guess she explained that I work for Wizard, and she goes, "I get that. I don't know what he's asking me." There was like, literally, like bear in mind, this is like all of a minute and 10 seconds that this whole incident takes place. 20 seconds in, I don't know, but 20 seconds in, there's clearly some tension between her and the assistant. I was like, I don't know if I should make a break for it, but fuck it, I really want the picture. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So I kind of stand there, and then I try to explain, she tries to explain, and finally she gets the point that I'm just taking pictures for the convention, and she goes, "Oh." She looks at me and she goes, "Well, they already took my picture out back, so you're good." I went, "Okay, thank you."
Fuck you very much.
Here's the thing. Two things. Like I said earlier, if you really weren't interested, all you have to do was say, "Thank you, but no thanks."
Right.
Literally, that was it. And I would have been like, "Okay, cool, I understand." I'd been a little disappointed, but whatever. Secondly, Yeah, a little bit of a cut. Like, the thing is, I want to give her a pass. I'm not trying to, like, talk shit about Elijah Dushku, even though I just called her a cunt. She was cunty, but...
Facebook cunty.
Yes, but I got the impression that she didn't know she was being a cunt. I got the impression that, like, because, look, she's been in Hollywood since she was, like, 12 years old.
Right.
Like, most people know her from True Lies, and then Buffy is where she took off.
Right.
She played Faith.
House. Yeah. And I actually first saw her on a movie called Bye Bye Love, which I am a huge fan of, and I don't know that one.
My favorite movie she was in was The New Guy.
Yeah,
she was in that too,
yeah.
roughly around the time of Buffy. But yeah, I mean, Faith is kind of what made her a huge star.
Right.
But she's been in Hollywood a long time, so maybe she's just kind of used to just doing whatever. And I don't know. To be fair, she could have just been having a bad day. You know, it's hard to say.
Well, if she didn't show up the next day, she probably didn't want to be there the first part.
It said on the program she was just going to be there Saturday. So what I'm saying, when Wayne mentioned that, yeah, sometimes they just change it.
Yeah.
Kevin Eastman just didn't show up, which, you know, maybe he was sick.
Maybe he was sick.
Maybe he was just tired after, like, people wearing him out all day.
I mean, because
like, Wayne dropped a digit on him.
Yeah, I mean, the dude, you know, the dude probably hasn't made an appearance at anything in God knows how long.
Right.
So,
So I mean, I'm not trying to be mean to Eliza Dushku. I don't think she knew she was being kind of fucking weird, but I walked away from that like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. I just wanted a fucking picture of you, and I wouldn't have walked. You know, it's like, whatever, you know.
Well, how long did you wait in line?
Probably only like 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
About as long as I waited in line for Greg Capullo, honestly.
Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, Greg Capullo, I waited in line for...
That dude's a fucking rock star.
He's awesome. Like,
it's really weird, too. Like, he's the kind of dude, like, he's got, like, the pencil thin goatee.
Yeah.
And he wears mirrored sunglasses indoors. If you saw this dude out on the street... Now, first of all, by the way...
He looks like like somebody's, like, bouncer or bodyguard.
Right.
He is a bad...
He works out. He used to be a veteran, he mentioned.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know.
He mentioned that at one of those panels. He used to be a veteran, so, like, he knows how to kill people. I don't know if he ever has,
but he knows how.
Looking at him, it's possible. But he's the type of dude that, like I said, mirrored sunglasses and all that, like, you wouldn't say it to his face, but if you saw him on the street, you'd be like, what a douchebag. like, really? With the sunglasses? It's indoors, motherfucker.
Tell you what,
but as soon as he starts talking, you're like,
this is the coolest dude
awesome.
ever. Yeah. When we stood in line, actually, we had to make the rounds like 4 times to get in line because the shit ass doing the line wouldn't let us block an aisle. So we had to.
Was it someone in a red shirt?
Yes.
You know, his wife was sitting next to him. You're not
no.
It
Wasn't
She's actually very attractive.
It wasn't his wife.
Okay.
But we finally get in line.
Let's be fair. They're not allowed to block other people's tables.
I understand. But it was just kind of like every time we got there, like she said, go walk around for about 20 minutes, come back, and we did it like 4 or 5 times, and it was so.
By the time I got there was a dude, or maybe it was Sunday, I don't know. The dude that was in front of his table then was just like, all right, we're going to set up a line on the side, and there'll literally be a line, and someone's holding a sheet of paper that says Greg Capullo's line.
That was smart,
right.
You know. But
so you got Dick. Were you able to get anything?
Oh yeah. We got to meet him, and he took a picture with us, which was awesome. He grabbed me, strangled me, and threw up the horns.
Yeah, well, everyone else that I took a picture of would just kind of pose with their arms kind of like politely folded.
No, not Capullo, man.
No, yeah, he's like
he grabbed me by the throat and he was like, ah! I think he was choking me, dude.
I didn't even get a picture with him. I was just taking pictures of him. He's like, take a few, and he starts giving like Hulk Hogan poses and shit. I was like,
dude, he was
awesome.
I
like this guy.
Yeah, he signed, I got Creech #1 signed and the Batman #1, and I got a print from him, so it was really cool to meet him.
I really wanted that print, but I didn't.
He worked on Spawn, didn't he?
Yeah, he worked on Spawn. He worked...
And Quasar?
Quasar was his first work at Marvel, which I'm a big fan of. I actually got to ask him about that.
And then he did his solo book, where first book was Creech.
Creech, yeah. Okay, cool. You keep mentioning his name. I'm like, I know this guy's name.
Yeah, he's a weird dude. Well, not that he's weird, but his career has been kind of weird because he's been a very consistent artist that's done great work for over 20 years, and he's never really been recognized, even when he was on Spawn, because Todd McFarlane was inking him, and Todd McFarlane
got the credit.
Right. But he did 80 issues of Spawn, and Spawn honestly looked pretty shitty up until he got on it.
He's an incredible artist.
McFarlane's very overrated. Like,
Yeah.
he's got his style that works for him, and it's not to say it's really shitty. It's not. But Capullo's style really worked and made that book, and his redesign of the costume.
Yeah,
it's the costume that Spawn still wears. The
Yeah.
original Spawn costume hasn't been used since like issue 20.
Yeah.
And we're talking 200 issues in. It really hasn't changed.
Wow.
But yeah, he was cool.
Capullo's a fucking rock star. He was my favorite person to meet in the whole time. Now, I have a funny story I told you is when I went to talk to the guy who does Resurrection Man, the comic book. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
His name is Jesus Saiz.
Hey, Jesus Saiz.
He's literally.
It looks like
Spanish.
it says Jesus says.
Right.
But anyway, I go to talk to this guy, and I'm like, man, I'm a big fan. Would you sign my comic? And I put the comic down, and he's like, yeah. So he's signing my comic, and I tell him about the podcast. I give him a card, and he's just like shaking his head at me. I'm like, okay, or whatever. And then tell him I'm in a band named Resurrection Man. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. But then Monica points it out to me. This guy has no idea what I'm saying because he doesn't speak English.
That's hysterical.
It was, and he's like looking at me like with these
lonely
what are you
blank
saying?
eyes.
You know? Now, here's the funny thing.
And the handler next to him was actually saying something.
His editor, David M.H.O.G.
Oh, that's what it was? Okay.
Yeah, here's the funny thing about that. There's a lot of artists that don't speak English. A lot of them are Hispanic for some reason. I guess because they're cheaper.
Because they're Spanish.
They work for
That's
Beans.
why.
Anyway, no, I mean most of them are actually like South American.
Oh,
Mexican, what have you. Jesus Saiz, it seems, I'm pretty sure, is actually Spanish.
He's a cool. I mean, he was nice, but I mean, he's just.
But what's funny is
no idea
that
what I was talking about.
When certain cons, Marvel and DC don't send a real like editorial presence, like they're not going to announce anything. So what they do is they'll send like artists or down there, and so every once in a while you get somebody like Humberto Ramos or Jesus Saiz that does not speak English, and they have them host a panel, not host it, but like talk on it. And so they have to have a translator there. I don't know what, like, it's not like there's only 3 artists that work for each company. Why not send a dude, or at least, if you're going to send Jesus Saiz, don't put him on a panel. He had his own creator spotlight. What the fuck? It was just him, and I guess David M.H.O.G. must have been up there for that one, too. And it's, nothing against the guy. He's a great penciler. I love OMAC Project, Checkmate.
His stuff is great.
Doesn't speak English. Why is he on the panel?
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, Greg Capullo was there, so he just did most of the talking.
Well, yeah.
It's just like, sit down, let me tell you how it is. So.
Yeah, honestly, if I can get Greg Capullo on our show, that would be really cool.
He probably would do it.
I think he would.
Well, he's on Twitter, so you could probably just ask him.
Yeah, I know.
Of course, he's busy because
he does a lot of shit.
He's an actual. There's a certain amount of artists that aren't real professional in the sense that they don't like the guys that can turn out a regular comic are the dudes who approach it like a job. They're like, yeah, it's a job that I love, but you get up at 8 a.m. and you don't stop working until like 6 or 7. Yeah. A lot of artists these days are like, you get up, you roll out of bed around 9 or 10. You work. Your studio is actually at home. You work on a couple panels.
Yeah, he does.
Let me go play.
Well, I know. I mean, he does a lot of stuff. I
can say he probably does a page a day.
I mean, I don't know.
Because he'll post pictures from the stuff that he does.
Hold on, let me call him. Let me just call him.
Okay.
Hey, go ahead. We'll wait.
Hold on a second.
But
I don't either. But no, it would be kind of cool to have him on the show, even if he only hangs on for like a half hour or so,
Greg, what are you doing?
I had this.
This motherfucker is so stupid.
Dumbass. So I had this other thing. This wasn't really a celebrity. Rum, get your ass on this fucking.
Sorry, man. Let me hang up real quick. Go ahead.
There was this girl there. Y'all might have saw her. She was in a Belle from Beauty and the Beast gown.
Yes, she ran into us.
Was she animated?
No, she had giant hoop skirts that you have to have like scaffolding for.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was literally, what would you say, 5-6 feet across?
Oh, at least.
And I took a picture of her when she first got there, or maybe not when she first got there, but she early in the day on Saturday. I was talking to Blake Petit and Kenny Fungi from the 2-in-1 Showcase podcast, which is, if y'all don't know, it's a comic book podcast. It's one of the more popular ones in the comic book genre. Been around for, 200 episodes, over that, so 250 weeks or something, whatever. Anyway, I was sitting there talking to them at the con, And we were talking about the cosplayers and all that, and like how some of them had to have so much dedication. And I was like, and like she was walking towards us, and I said, like, this girl here, how did she get here? She can't put this on at the con. She can't get into a car. She can't get on the city bus or the streetcar.
Somebody had to bring her in like a bread truck or something.
Right? I was like, how do you do that? Why do you do that? First of all, real quick aside, Blake had a kind of a funny comment. He's like, yes, it's nice that she's beauty, but I'd really like if she does this again to show up with someone dressed as X-Men's Beast.
That would be great. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's pretty funny. I'll do it. I'll just be a guy with big feet. Anyway, so she's walking towards us, and I was like, how does she do that? So I said, you know what? I'm going to ask. So I stopped her and I said, you know, like, I'm just curious, how did you get here? And like, how does that work? And she's like, I walk.
Wow.
Well, she was staying at a hotel,
a
mile, but still a mile away in New Orleans, dressed like that. And I looked at her and said, man, that takes dedication. I admire that. If I knew you better, I'd ask you to marry me. And she went, okay. And then I've never, you know that sound that Scooby-Doo makes as he runs toward a wall?
Yeah.
As his legs spin? Yeah. There was a bell-sized hole in the wall. Gosh, I don't know.
Speaking of Scooby-Doo, what the hell was wrong with that crew?
Oh, you mean the picture I took?
I think they were high.
That was one of my...
They got there at the same time I did, actually.
That was one of my friends, Oscar. He's the one dressed up as Scooby. Me and him were friends.
Who the hell? That was the worst Fred ever.
I thought the cost. The only reason I took a picture with him is because it was Oscar.
Porn, have you?
That was awful.
That Fred was pretty horrible.
Well, I'm sorry that your Fred was horrible in the Scooby Doo porn.
Shaggy was pretty good.
Was he? Yeah.
Velma had a nice pussy.
Ah, Jesus. And on that note, I think it's time for us to call it a night.
Are we going to call the podcast
Velma has a nice pussy, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. I'd like to thank Cord Destruction Radio.
And Stitcher.
And all those other good places.
I'd like to thank Rodney for getting his dick wet.
Yes, Rodney. We'll miss you.
We're hoping you're getting lots of pussy.
Good to know you, man.
And, again.
I didn't know you, but seriously.
Again, if any of you guys would like to make a comment on our iTunes, that would be really good for us, and we would appreciate it.
Comment!
It's free.
If any of your ladies would like to lick my balls,
those are free too.
That would even be better.
It'll take just a second.
Once you pop,
can't stop. All right, anyway. All right, so this is the M.H.O.G podcast. I'm Wayne.
Jesus says.
And
I'm Rum.
And remember to keep it metal.